Welcome to your weekend focus for January. That was a lot of cards. January the 6th and 7th, 2018. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now let's see what the energy is going to be for us this weekend. So I believe we start with the moon in Virgo, but it does move into Libra on the Sunday. Sun is in Capricorn. We have the Two of Wands. I think thinking that was our last card on Friday. Becomes the first card of today. So we've made those decisions, or we are leaning to a conclusion of where we want to go, what we want to do. We have Mars conjuncting Jupiter in Scorpio. And we have the moon, I believe, trining both Mars and Jupiter during this. So it is really about our inner passions, our dreams. Are we being true to our inner self? And what decisions do we need to make in our lives in order to do that going forward? Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's seeing the new abundance that can be in your life, seemingly out of nowhere. We have Mercury trining Uranus, so that could bring in, through communication, new opportunities, new friendships, get around unique people. The Nine of Pentacles sits in the middle. Let's see what our other cards are here. Page of Cups. Page of Cups returns. And the Two of Cups. Well, Venus is also doing its own dance. I think Venus sextiles Jupiter come Sunday. But remember that, Jupiter, it looks like really we're going to be talking about Jupiter. We're going to be talking about Jupiter and Mars conjuncting in Scorpio. And Scorpio is going into the layers, going deep inside, bringing out the truth, bringing the truth to light. So when we have Mars and Jupiter conjuncting in a sign that is power, authority, sexuality, and it goes to the deep recesses. It goes to the hidden subconscious. So don't back away from anything that's being shown to you, or you get this flash. Pay attention to it. What is it trying to show you? What is it trying to teach you? What is it trying to heal you from? Make you understand a part of yourself a little bit more so that you can go forward. The Two of Wands. We start with the Two of Wands, decision making. We look over this landscape, and this landscape really doesn't have a lot to it. Regardless of which wand we lean towards, it doesn't have a lot of details of what to expect, what to encounter, how to plan properly. And even around us, it doesn't look that appealing. So I think we have to understand the parts of our life that are bland, are without color, are without creativity, love. And we have to make decisions right now. I truly believe with the moon trining Jupiter and Mars, it has to be about our passions. It has to be about our dreams. We have to be true to our authentic self. We have to allow the love to flow. We have to allow the creativity to flow. Now with the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles right after, I don't think this is going to be overly hard. I think if anything, we are open to things right now. So go with the flow. See what kind of messages come in, what catches your eye, what dreams you have, what thoughts occur, what conversations you start to get involved in. Ace of Pentacles is our second card. Now, aces represent a path that we have not yet stepped into, but is waiting for us. Our path of abundance, a new path of abundance. In some, depending on where you are right now, it could be that you're growing something stronger. But I would say for the majority of us, we are stepping into new territory here. Or we are seeing an abundance that we never imagined before. It could be a new path altogether. Or it could be that we are finally standing up and saying, I am going forward. Because we have that Scorpio energy with that Capricorn energy. We're being asked to be true to ourselves, true to our passions. So it could be something that we've put away in a dusty little box within our soul that we are now taking out. And we are going to breathe life into it. And we are going to say, I know I can. I've got this. It's always been a dream. It's always been a desire. It's always something that I have yearned for, wanted. Even in those times when I have forgotten that box, that dusty box. And start to imagine or see, or, one person put the comment that they stopped one of my videos and went and got this book, this old binder that they had forgotten about a long time ago, and started looking over the dreams they had written for themselves, the adventures they wanted to take for themselves, and said, yes, it is time for me to explore my creativity, explore my uniqueness, explore my talents and abilities. It's time to set off on a new adventure, a new path. And yes, right now it's something, if it's physical, absolutely. If it's something that really needs a courage behind it, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to be bold. Nine of Pentacles says that. Nine of Pentacles in many decks, it's almost like a rainstorm has come through a garden. And so there's new smells, and I mean, when the rain came, the clouds probably came, and there's certain flowers that completely close up. And then the sun comes back out and they open up again. And the smell, the aromas, the new life force, that's what we're walking into. And it's because of the path we walk that we can step forward into this new energy, this new vibration. And we do have free will. We don't have to step. And if there's a fear but you've thought it through, be bold right now. Page of Cups. Now, our intuition is very strong. The veil is very thin when this card appears. This card says the student is ready and the teacher will appear. But when I had this card out the other day, and I don't remember what day it was, so forgive me for that, but when I had this card in my hand, all I could think of was that wave was like the stresses that come in our life. And so often, we're standing there on the beach and we're having fun and we're smiling and we're holding our cup of abundance, and this wave comes, this stress comes. And instead of standing there and allowing that stress to play out, go through our lives, while keeping the focus, the attention on our happiness, the cup of abundance, we turn and we face that wave. And then the wave crashes into us. Then we fall over. Then we have to find our footing again. Now we're drenched. We're probably going to be wet here too, but it doesn't seem to bother us as much because we are not going to give our energy fuel to the stress that is happening in our life, but rather we are going to focus on that cup of abundance. We're going to hold it and we're going to smile and we're going to feel that youthful vitality and go forward. And if we get a little wet, we get a little wet. But we know we will dry off. We know we will get through it. We know that we can stand strong. And then the Two of Cups. This new relationships. Absolutely. There's a magic here. Look at the light as their cups touch. There's new life force. So this could be new passions, new dreams, new desires, new relationships, new friendships, new opportunities, new adventures that we can step into. The Ace of Pentacles and the Two of Cups, telling us that the best of the best is being offered to us right now. If we are strong enough, and focused enough on our cup of abundance, and not paying attention to the stress that is trying to grab hold of our attention, to take us to a negative place, to dissipate our energy. Let's get an affirmation card here. So I think a very beautiful weekend, but we really need to be paying attention to what God, our angels, the universe, source is trying to tell us, whisper into our ear. Pay attention to your dreams right now, waking and sleeping, okay? When you go into trance, and trance is a very normal human condition. Everybody goes into trance. You ever drove to work and all of a sudden you're there and you don't know how you got there? You ever been intently into a movie and then all of a sudden you see the credits running and you're like, what happened? What happened? I missed. How did I miss it? I was here. I was looking right at the TV. How did I miss what happened? Or someone's talking to you and all of a sudden you're like, oh, hi. What did they say to me? We go into trance. And at those times, where our mind travels, where our mind goes, is so vitally important right now. Because it will give us clues, it will give us hints, it will give us that spark of thought, that intuitive message. And our intuition is strong right now, so follow your intuition. And whatever you do, do not try to escape right now, okay? It's almost like we will feel, I don't know, a little bit of magic this weekend. Happiness, joy, an outgoing kind of atmosphere where we can make new friends, get around unique people. We're optimistic in our attitudes. We're happy, we're friendly, we're social, we're loving. When Jupiter and Mars conjunct, it's almost like good fortune comes into play. But we also have to know, and I forget the artist, Kenny Rogers, I think. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, know when to walk away and know when to run. It's kind of like we have to be very aware of what we're doing, because we're feeling, we could almost feel like an overindulgence, which could cause us to maybe drink a little bit heavier than we normally would because we're having a great time, and it just leads to not where we wanted to be. Or we are gambling and we just take that extra risk that we knew we shouldn't have if we would have listened to our intuition, but we turned it off because we were riding the wave. It's about being decisive. It's about knowing what you want and paying attention to your intuition, paying attention to the way to go forward. It could unlock magical doors for you this weekend. The Seven of Water. Imagination, fantasy, artistic endeavors, co-creative abilities unleashed. Now is the time to tune into the infinite possibilities that exist and begin to play with them. Everything begins in the world of imagination. I seize the opportunity to dream. I allow my intuition and desire to blend, forming something new. Castles in the air can become castles on the ground when I release rigidity, bend the rules, and remain flexible and open. Limitations and boundaries give way to manifestations. Spirit never doubts the power of possibility, and neither will I. So do not doubt the power of possibility, of what can come into your life when you are totally open to receiving it and you're not editing it. Now is the time to tune into the infinite possibilities that exist and begin to play with them. So, like I say, dreaming and expanding the dream, focusing on the path forward. I think on Thursday we started with the Ten of Cups, our happily ever after. Focus on the endless, the infinite possibilities that can emerge in your life if you raise your vibration, if you raise your energy, and you are open to receiving. I seize the opportunity to dream. So meditation, reflection, but pay attention to your dreams. Have a dream journal this weekend. A thought comes to you, write it down. You may want to reread that in a short period of time. Now we'll do another one. It's the weekend. It's the weekend. We have the Ace of Fire, the Ace of Pentacles, and now we have the Ace of Fire. Spirit-powered action, inspired transformation, access to co-creative power. When I feel my connection to spirit, I see unlimited potential for transformation. There is no reason to fear because I am supported fully in imagining something new and daring to make it happen. This is a time to dream big. I can be bold and free because spirit inspires me to turn my dreams into reality. So there you have it. It is definitely a weekend where we can start to take our dreams and turn them into a reality. And we are grounded when we do all of this. That's the exciting part with Capricorn energy. We're grounded. We're strong. We're goals. And we have the moon actually in Virgo and then in Libra. Libra works on the harmony, the luxury, the beauty. Virgo also likes the luxury and the beauty, but is a little bit more in the organization, making sure everything's in place, making sure the plan is perfect. And here we have the Ace of Fire telling us spirit-powered action is around us, and the Page of Cups is spirit-powered action is around us. How do we react to it? How do we embrace it? One more? Okay. We will do one more, and we have the Eight of Water. So much water energy out of these cards. Eight of Water. Journey of discovery, letting go and seeking a deeper meaning and greater authenticity. All that glitters isn't gold, and I know that I always deserve authentic riches. The gold that fills me with joy, abundance, and understanding. I fearlessly pause to re-examine where I have been, where I am, and where I might go. Now I can consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me into it. That was our first card, wasn't it? Now I consciously choose the path that is right for me instead of the one that seems likely to draw me into it, or the one I feel I should walk through. I am true to my heart. I am true to my heart. Are we being true to our inner soul, our inner beings, to our emotions, to our passions, to our dreams? Am I true to my heart? I've come as far as I can, and I leave by the wayside the last vestiges of illusion, the last bits of fear and shame. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. I will no longer hold on to what isn't right for me. Remember, we are in that full moon energy. I keep wanting to say new moon lately. That full moon energy of releasing, letting go, allowing endings, allowing healing, allowing closure in our life. I will no longer hold on to what that is not right for me. We'll get an animal card. Freedom with the horse. Freedom, transformation, free spirit, move, and courage. The secret of happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. And yes, chances are, with the cards we have seen and the energy what we know is in the sky, it is going to take a courage to actually take that first step. Now, I keep getting this feeling that once we do take the step, once we fully commit to it, it is much easier than we ever imagined. Or definitely not as difficult as we thought it would be. But it does take a courage to take that first step. Horse has a powerful message to share with you in regards of your time of transformation and newfound freedom. Sometimes it's easier just to sit in your fuzzy PJs and hope that life will change, and yet you continue to allow yourself to be shackled away from your true spirit and soul. So once again, we're talking about being shackled away from our true spirit and soul. Are we being true to our inner self? However, Horse tells you that it's time to dream big. It may be time to make changes within your current relationships, whether romantic or platonic, or it could be that you feel stifled by your current career choice. Freedom doesn't mean that you have to give up your entire life, but instead allow you to disconnect from the anchors tied around you. Disconnect from the anchors tied around you. To release anything that doesn't serve you anymore, that doesn't bring value into your life. It takes courage, but the end result will be a positive one. Spend time in nature, taking in the feeling of the wind in your hair. Breathe in nature's goodness and just be. Just a few moments of solitude each day can allow your soul to reboot and clear itself from life's toxicities, freeing it in order to see the proper path. Horse could also mean that it's time for you to move house locations into the country. So it's all about our courage. It's all about dreaming big. It's all about making that commitment to ourselves of not what we should do to appease the masses, but what we need to do because we need to be true to our inner self going forward. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.